right, leaving the Embassy Suites, long commute to there, to King Street Station. Looking forward to being on the train. Alright guys, so today we are riding the Cascades from Seattle to Vancouver, BC in Canada. We arrive into King Street Station about 45 minutes before we board. We dropped off our checked bags. You can check up to 2 bags for 50 pounds or less, and these are included in your ticket. After dropping off our checked bags, we head over to the passport check area, and once your passport is checked, you get a special card to present at boarding. We also received discount cards for the cafe car because we are in business class.
Keep the volume reasonable, the language clean, and the topic PG. Last but not least, folks, we are traveling on heavy equipment today, which means we're going to take all the safety precautions that involve, one of which is keeping your shoes on. Keep your shoes on for the whole train trip, folks. Other than that, folks, sit back, relax, enjoy your trip. Welcome aboard.
The ride from Seattle to Vancouver is just under 4 hours, and you can purchase tickets in coach from as low as $37. We used points to book our business class tickets. Now, the only difference really between business and coach is the discount for the cafe car, and there is a little bit more room in the business car. The coach car is set up in a 2x2 style, and the business car is set up in a 1x2 style. The bathroom is also a little bit bigger in the business car, and it is right next to the cafe car as well. So after a bit, we decided to put our $3 coupons to use and bought some breakfast sandwiches since we didn't get to eat breakfast at the hotel because we left so early. We did take the 8:30 a.m. train that goes straight from Seattle right up to Vancouver. So we wanted some daylight this time around. We've taken this train ride the other way around and didn't really get to see the views, so it was really nice for us to get to see everything this time around.
All sorts of wintry birds such as snow geese, trumpeter swans, bald eagles, and many other birds, becoming a bird watcher's paradise. Well, folks, we're just a couple miles away from our next station stop of beautiful, picturesque Stanwood, Washington. Stanwood's going to be a very quick stop, picking up a few more friends, and then we'll be en route again. Stanwood, Washington, coming up next. Also, folks, just a couple reminders on the train. We do have restrooms scattered throughout the train. Restrooms in business class are going to be cars 1 and 2. We got 2 of them there. And in the coaches, we got 3 restrooms, cars 4, 6, and 8. That's every other car. Cars 4, 6, and 8 all have restrooms. Easiest way to find those is as you're walking down those aisles and you run into a big white wall, that's going to be one of our restrooms. All right, folks, Stanwood coming up next. From our next station stop of beautiful, picturesque Mount Vernon, Washington, famous for its Tulip Festival every April. Well, folks, we are close to the station, but we're just waiting on that southbound Amtrak to finish its station work, pulling into the siding that's next to us. Sounds like they're pulling out of the station right now, so we'll be rolling into the station here in just a couple minutes. All right, folks, Mount Vernon, Washington, coming up next. great time to get those cameras out. While you're digging out those cameras, dig out those passports. Because in about 15 minutes, we'll be making our stop in Bellingham. And departing Bellingham, we are going to be coming through the train doing that secondary inspection. So folks, as soon as we leave Bellingham, restrooms in the cafe will be off limits. We'll need you back in your seats with your passports out, opened up to the picture page. Once again, that's departing our next station stop of Bellingham, which is coming up here in about 15 minutes. So if you need to use the restroom before that passport inspection, now is a wonderful opportunity to do so. Once again, those restrooms are located in cars 1 and 2 for business class, and cars 4, 6, and 8 in our coaches.
As the conductor just said, when we get to Bellingham, they will close down the cafe car and the restrooms so that they can perform a second passport check. Once everyone on the train is cleared and accounted for, then they will reopen the cafe car and the restrooms. They also do give you plenty of notice before so that you can go to the restroom or grab any snacks if you need to before they close those down. They're not closed down for too long, but they do have to clear every person on the train before they can reopen those.
That passport inspection has been finished. And today, take a look at those wonderful views of Teddy Bear Cove we're coming up to here in just a few moments. Another highlight here as we go right through the middle of Teddy Bear Cove, water on both sides of the train. And Teddy Bear Cove is also just a couple miles away from our next station stop of beautiful, picturesque Bellingham, Washington. If Bellingham is your station stop, now's a wonderful time to look around your seats for any personal belongings, cell phones, laptops, chargers, small children. Leave nothing behind on the train or we'll continue on into Canada today. And folks, speaking of Canada, once again, once we depart Bellingham, our next stop, we need everybody in their seats with their passports out, open up nice and wide to the picture page for that secondary passport inspection. As soon as we get through the entire train, we'll make an announcement that you'll be able to move about again. But once again, that inspection taking place right after our stop in Bellingham, which is just a few minutes away. Bellingham, Washington, coming up next. Don't miss it, please.
If you have your passports with you, you can stay right in here.
Sure.
Want to grab 345? No.
There you go.
No, I think
Alrighty, folks, again, this is Bellingham, Washington, now arriving, folks. 2 doors in coach, 1 door in business class next to the cafe. Again, this is Bellingham.
This time we need everybody in their seats with their passports up, open up nice and wide to the picture page. Don't worry folks, your passport photo is not any worse than mine. Just please have those out and ready. Now we'll get through the train doing that secondary inspection as quickly as we can. And who works with our customs team is starting in car 9 with our coaches, going to work his way towards the back of the train. But once again, please be in your seats with your passports out, opened up nice and wide to the picture page. Thank you for your cooperation.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, this message is coming to you from the cafe. The cafe is once again open and serving. Again, the cafe is open.
Folks, as we continue on north, we are going to lose our complimentary Wi-Fi service. And so if you are using that, now's a good time to save any documents you might be working on. And just like that, we're leaving the cold, rainy Pacific Northwest and entering the sunny beaches of Southwest British Columbia. Welcome to Canada, folks. Bud Bay Nature Preserve. Let's create some herons out there and many other ducks and fowl creatures. Well, folks, if you look off to the left-hand side, it looks like we got a whole bunch of harbor seals hauled out in the mud right next to the Serpentine River we're about to cross. Look out on the left-hand side, look for a bunch of logs on the beach. Looks like they're about 200-300 yards off from the tracks.
Once we are arriving into Vancouver, they inform you of the deboarding procedure, which they let the business class out first. You claim your bags on the platform on your way into the station through passport control. So once you come into the station, you do the official passport control, and then you are officially in Canada and you walk into Pacific Union Station. From there, you are free to roam the country.
Vancouver's Pacific Central Station coming up here in about 10 to 12 minutes. We will be making some stops on our way into the station today. Totally normal. We do have to handline switches to get us into the correct track here in Vancouver. Once we arrive at the station, folks, we are subject to Canadian Customs protocol as far as how we disembark the train today. So I'm going to ask for your patience in advance. Once we do get stopped, we do unload the checked baggage first. Once all checked baggage has been unloaded, we'll place that on the platform for your collection. It will be your responsibility to make sure you pick up your luggage before you go into customs, folks. Again, that's not an automatic process. You do need to pick up your checked bags before you make your way into customs today. Once checked baggage is unloaded, we'll start with business class. Once business class is on the way, we'll begin with the coach section. Like I said, folks, I'm going to ask for your patience in advance. There are about 200 of us on board the train today. So customs will be a little bit of a lengthy process. Typically, they do their best to get us through just as quick as they can, but again, when there are big numbers like today, it might take a few minutes, so please count for that when we're stopped here at the station. Those declaration cards, like Ian said, make sure you've got those filled out. You're going to need those in order to process once you're inside the station. You're going to need your passports as well. So if you put any of that stuff in the seat pocket in front of you, go ahead and take it out now so you don't forget it. Anything you've carried on the train, make sure you carry it off the train. And once you process through customs, you cannot come back out to the train. So again, folks, make sure you have everything with you before you go into the station today. Left. SkyTrain station's directly across the park at about the 10 o'clock position. Folks, thanks for riding with us here on board Amtrak Cascades. We hope you've enjoyed your trip. Look forward to seeing you again. And again, when you do step off the train today, you're going to make a left turn. Everything will be to your left. And check baggage. Make sure you pick up your baggage before you go into customs. One more thing, folks, please do not open any doors on your own. We'll get you off the train as quick as we can. Easiest thing to do is just remain seated until you see a crew member come into your car and invite you off the train. Thanks in advance for your patience, folks. Again, Vancouver Pacific Central Station coming up here shortly. Stop at the platform. Customs does require we do a few things around the platform before we start detraining passengers. Once we get that done, we will come into the train and let you guys know it is your turn to detrain. Until a member of the crew comes into your car and tells you it's time to go, folks, just stay comfortably seated there. Today is going to take us just a minute to get all that stuff done and get down the train one car at a time. Appreciate your help. Enjoy the rest of your day.
We did have a great trip on the Cascades. We've done this ride in reverse, as I mentioned earlier, from Vancouver to Seattle, but it was a late night trip and we did miss all those fabulous, fabulous views along the way. Guys, we hope that you enjoyed coming along with us on this unique experience from the US to Canada by train. Leave us your questions and comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you guys next time.